When you take on the responsibility of the rest of your life, it's too much. It's too much. We don't know. We don't know even if tomorrow is going to come. So the Tibetan monks, they have a particular prayer that they do every morning where they thank God for just today. Because today is not a given. It is not a given. Today is a very special day. It's a very precious day. Life is very precious. And it's only for today. When you have to think about the rest of your life, there are too many thoughts that come in. There's too much that could possibly happen. And if you think about it, if you actually analyze, my children have to grow up, they have to graduate, they have to go to college, they have to get married, they have to have children, and it starts all over again. That is too much to handle. And really, your responsibility is only to be happy today, to be productive, to be happy today. It is not your responsibility to make the whole world happy, to solve all the world's problems of hunger and misery and unhappiness and depression and obesity and diabetes. This is not your problem. It is also, if you had to think about something to worry about or feel the burden for the world, for the whole world, of what we are doing to this earth. Have the fear of oxygen disappearing or the sun refusing to rise. But being bothered about small things like, will next week, will something take place, not take place, happen, not happen? Will a vacation happen, not happen? And to feel all of this as your unique responsibility is not necessary. You need to be free of burden. You need to be free of anything. You need to let your shoulders, unless you feel free in your mind, there is no way you can contribute to anybody else. As women, we feel like we are the center of the household, that the whole household depends on us, our children and our grandchildren depend on us, they turn to us for everything. But similarly, men feel the same burden. Maybe they are the main breadwinners, that, to keep that job. We all feel the burden of responsibility, and that takes away from actually carrying out your duties, doing what you have to do. Because living in the moment is nothing other than right action. What has to be done just now? That's all it is. It's got nothing to do with what the results of those actions are. That is not in your hand. You do what you have to do for today. And there are times that it feels like too much. It feels like it's overwhelming. There's just too much to do. There's too much to handle. And I always tell, even, sometimes when I call up my daughters and they don't answer for a while, and then they say, "Oh my God, Mom, I had a really busy day." I'm like, did you make a list? Making a list of what has to be done makes it so much more manageable. Make a list of tasks that might seem stupid to others, but are important to you. Getting up or cleaning out a drawer, or getting ready for work, or polishing the silver, or polishing the brass in your house, it might seem like something that's totally unimportant in the big play of life. How is that important? How is that important? But if you think about it, nothing that you do or don't do is important. Today, if I don't decide not to cook food for my husband, he's not going to go hungry. He's going to find food somehow. Food will be done. People will survive. Everybody survives. But is everyone enjoying their life? And is everyone enjoying their life without the burden? Without feeling, oh my God, this is too much for me. Because what is too much is not the actual incidents that pass moment to moment. You brush your teeth, then you drink your coffee, then you cut a vegetable, then you put it in a pan, then you take that vegetable and put it in a dish, then somebody eats it. If you notice, there's just one activity and another activity and another. These things happen. They follow. You don't make them happen or not make them happen. They just happen. And it's not your responsibility to take care of your parents or your children or your husband or anybody for that matter or the world. Everybody takes care of themselves. The burden of growing up, the burden of handling their own life is their own. We as parents are there to support them if they need any assistance. And if we cannot, they are going to find someone else to support them. Somebody or the other. The divine sends angels to help you through difficult times. And if you look at your own difficult times, haven't certain angels just appeared in your life to help you? Of course they have. Of course they have. Don't think that you're indispensable. We are all dispensable. We come and do a little job and then we leave this world. That's it. Nothing you say or do is that important. No one really cares. Everybody's caught up in their own little reality, their own little world. Everyone thinks they're doing a great job, or they've got a tremendous burden, or they own Amazon, or they run this country, or head of this union, or president of the temple association, whatever. They have a tremendous sense of responsibility and burden. And that takes away from really enjoying life. We are here in this world to enjoy whatever we do. We have to be enjoying ourselves. Otherwise, there's just no point. To feel continuously the burden of life, the burden of responsibility, more than actually the responsibility of doing it, it's the thought of doing it that holds you back. Oh my God, the thought. You go into that thought and say, oh my God, I have to take care of my parents. I have to take care of my children. So you do, and if you didn't, you do actions every day towards that. The thought itself has no weight. It's a little bit of energy that just bursts and goes away. What are you feeling burdened for? What are you feeling pulled down by? There is no responsibility, there is no burden. You don't have to do anything. Everything gets done by you. It's just done. You don't have to feel that I am doing it. What is doing it? Is your mind taking on the responsibility, or is your body taking on the responsibility? Do you see that you are neither the body or the mind? Neither the intellect, nor your thoughts, nor your emotions, none of those. So whatever happens in this world, just happens. Just happens. And if you have the pleasure of being with your children, that's just a bonus. It's just somebody walking alongside you for some part of your journey. They were not there till the time you got married. They were not there till the time you had a baby. You still managed, right? Similarly, your children also have their own responsibility. You are walking alongside them for part of the journey, and then they manage. And whatever you might worry, or whatever you might feel the anxiety or the responsibility, you have to know that everything is taken care of. It's not your job to do it all. Your job, your only job, is to stay present, to stay happy, and to keep doing things, positive actions all the time. That's all. Now, today. If you have a plan for today. Have a general idea where you're going, but just have a plan for today. Make a list of things that you need to complete. Get to it, and if you don't get to it, so what? Tomorrow is going to come. It'll still be today, and then you can do it then. Life has to be effortless. You can't feel this burden. You can't feel this burden of taking care of people. The gift is that of life. That's the present from the divine. Just to be alive. Just to be born. You wake up in the morning and you've got to say, thank you, so I can enjoy this. And you have to enjoy it unsought, without feeling so miserable. Unhappiness is a disease. That was my message for last week, right? Unhappiness is a disease. You have to learn to be happy, and the only way of being happy is by being present right now. This is the only time. There is no responsibility. There is no burden. It is all a story in your head. Nothing else. Om Namah Shivaya.